Yeah, that's helpful. All right, small town. Hello?
Oh, no. There it is. Which two?
Wait, can I take a picture?
Rainbow Smite?
All right, thank you.
Who's the other one?
Do I get an announcing? I was gonna say if you want me to go with you, I will. I don't do this. I was like, surely AK will put me up to NSO when I submit my NSO document. Do you want me to announce with you? Oh, perfect.
You don't want me?
No, I just didn't want her to feel alone. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hi. This is, oh boy, these are
I
too
know,
big.
right?
This is a whole new world.
A whole new world.
A new fantastic
You can
point
sing
of
so much
view.
better than I can.
Still out of key.
No one to tell us no where to go, and that loses everyone from the stream. Good night.
Yes, and we can say things that won't get in, we won't get in trouble for on here as far
Well,
as giving things away.
Yes, as
Giving
far as that
things
goes,
away.
we can still say things to get us in trouble.
Yes.
Not that I've ever done that. I'm Late Night Lyle. We are on track 1, and
And
I'm here for the very first time.
With Deralia.
Yes.
On track 1.
I've heard things about you.
Oh, okay.
They've actually been good things.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yes.
Wonderful. I've heard nothing but fabulous things about you.
Oh, wow. Then
Yes.
people have lied.
I'd like to say the same.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. We've had several games already. This one will be going very shortly. I will update you on the scores, or one of us will, of the other games here in a moment. But we'll go ahead and go through the rosters first while we have a moment. Go ahead and pick one.
Alrighty, I'll take my previous home team, Small Town Outlaws.
Oh, nice.
That's starting off. We have number 120, Betty Beat Yo Assets. Number 20, Swamp Stomp. Number 21, Hook-Handed Helen. Number 23, Mad Splatter. Number 30, Hope Lawless. Number 40, Batch. Number 44, Go Go Gadget. Number 55, Little Bit of Fury. Number 65, Candy Crusher. Number 6, Spazilla. Number 7, Violet Rage. Number 8, The Captain, Curly Who. Number 86, Crazia. Number 888, Chiquita Norris. And number 9, Tabby Catastrophe. Off to you.
I had accidentally scratched off Spazilla. That was my fault, so I'm glad you caught that. What my notation was there. Lakeshore Roller Derby is fielding today 007 Harmony Danger. Oh, I love that one. I might have to add that to my favorite list. 02 CC 022 Mira 05 TT 170 Wildcat. Number 21 Punky Bruiser. Number 24 Trauma Queen. Number 28, Jaguar. Number 333, Morticia. Number 4, Booty Vicious. Number 5, Cutter. Number 55, Bunsen Burn Her. Number 56, Terror Hawk. Number 6221, Nomi. Number 789, Princess Sleia. Number 80, Jaina. Number 8008, The Flaming Torch. 94, Nurse Killjoy, and the captain, number 989, Big Red, and we are in to our first jam of the game. Dee, what do you expect out of this game?
Well, both teams are very closely matched, in my opinion. Last time Small Town and Lakeshore met, Lakeshore did take the win. But Small Town is coming in as the higher seed at number 3, Lakeshore number 6.
Well, right away, very short first jam with Lakeshore putting points on the board, 3-0 versus the Small Town Outlaws. Already a blow. No, I'm kidding. It's not a blowout.
I know for Small Town we have Batch jamming. Nice offense by number 9, Tabby Catastrophe, to help Batch get out of the pack.
Batch out in front with Small Town as lead jammer. Meanwhile, locked up in the back is 0-2.
Batch and Mira.
Meanwhile, out in front, that is
Batch picking up 4 points.
Batch trying to find a way around for the third lap. Goes down on the outside with Lakeshore's number 789, Princess Leia. Small Town answers back on that jam with 6 points to Lakeshore's 0.
Hopefully we'll get a good back and forth between the two.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a nice, close game.
Indeed.
Just like that, the Outlaws have doubled the previous score of Lakeshore.
Jam is underway once again.
Number 989 for Lakeshore is out first as lead jammer. That's going to be the captain, Big Red.
Swap stop, number 20 on.
Haven't mentioned it before, but Lakeshore in the brightly colored jerseys, the sunset jerseys, if you will, with Small Town Outlaws in the gray and white-ish jerseys.
Number 20, Swamp Stomp, was coming around awful fast there on turn 1.
Four to 1, 3-point advantage for the Outlaws, making our score right now 10-4. We do have 2 tracks going on simultaneously right now. On track 2, the score is 139-63. That started off being a fairly close game, but hasn't been that way for a little bit now. Let's hope that's not the case here.
Tabby number 9 was trying to play some nice offense for Hope Lawless for Small Town Outlaws as Hope tries to get past the last 2. And as I say that, she does break through as lead jammer for Small Town.
Hope Lawless, only jammer, currently on their scoring run. And gets tripped up there on the inside of turn 2. Resets.
007 for Lakeshore, Hermone Danger has passed over to number 4, Booty Vicious.
Doesn't matter. Booty Vicious going to the penalty box with a track cut in that star pass attempt.
Oh, and that was actually number 5, Cutter.
Oh, you're right. It is.
I misspoke.
We're at a bit of a disadvantage. Earlier in the past game, I said disadvantageous. I'm like, nope, that's not a word.
We do have a compromised view from our position.
We do, thank you. We're disadvantaged. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Brain. My Brain brought to you by caffeine. And the desperate need for it. We are sitting in front of the pack, so the numbers and names are obscured to us immediately, but that's all right. As we get more accustomed to the faces, we will memorize people as we go through. Batch, I believe it is.
Yes.
Trying to fight her way through. Does so and is the lead jammer. Small Town Outlaws may not have had the first points on the board, but they've had the only points on the board since. Lakeshore 4 in the first jam. And, well, they had 3 in the first jam, and then scored 1 more later, I believe, if memory serves me right. But it's been all Small Town Outlaws since, with 3 more to add to it, 17-4.
Cutter almost picked up 1 point there on that last jam. Unfortunately, Small Town did keep them scoreless. Lakeshore trying to find their way through, and they did, is number 022, Mira.
Yeah, Mira did a very good job, but we're going to have possibly an injury stoppage here. But she's saying she's okay. Maybe just, hopefully just pulled muscle. I don't want to speculate on it. We're going to have the medics come out and take a look at her. We'll give you an update as we get it. In the meantime, the games that we've already had today, Kalamazoo fought the Detroit team in Division 1, 427-52. Kalamazoo taking the win there.
Yeah, we also had Grand Raggedy Attack 221 to Chemical Cities 114.
And Killer Crew just on this track before this game, 337 over Mid-Michigan's 114.
And then we saw Downriver 177 to Irish Hills 127 on track 2.
That was a really close game for a lot of it. And then just in the last quarter, Downriver kind of really found their groove and skated away with it. Not a huge spread. Certainly we've seen larger spreads already this today. But it was a very good game to call.
This is also a perfect opportunity to say thank you to our medical team. We have Dr. Robert Burns, Mangler, Toxic Shock, Booty Rage, Trauma Queen, His Panic Attack, Jolt, She-Rex, Harry B. East, Jazadiah Smacks, Shulk, and Wolf. Without all of those medical folks here on site, we wouldn't be having a tournament today.
No, absolutely not. They kind of tend to not let you do that without medical staff, and that's a good thing. Wildcat being helped back to the back to her bench, but then to the penalty box. We do have a lot of people.
Yeah, for Small Town, we have number 7, Violet Rage. I did miss what penalty she earned, but number 20 for Small Town is out first as, oh, actually, sorry about that. Lakeshore is out first as lead jammer, as Small Town's jammer number 20 heads to the box.
It's actually, people are probably screaming at me in the chat right now. Wildcat didn't go to the penalty box. She just went down further on her bench and not to the penalty box, which is down a ways. This is Power Jam for Lakeshore. Good opportunity for them as 4 more points added to that side, as you mentioned before. Harmony Danger adding in, taking a little bit of a cut into the lead of the Small Town Outlaws. This is a good chance for them to regain some composure. Woo!
Big takedown there by number 007.
Oh, no. That's rough. Swamp Stomp being sent right back to the penalty box after coming out of it for a track cut.
That's going to be a full minute disadvantage for Small Town, giving Lakeshore an opportunity to answer back. Right now, Small Town sitting at 17 with Lakeshore 12, and 22 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the first half.
And Lakeshore able to pick up 8 points in that first Power Jam, and now only 5 points away. They could take the lead here if they take advantage of this one. Number 989, Big Red, the captain. Gonna don the star on her head. She already has control and already has 4 points for Lakeshore. So 1 point away from the lead.
And just like that, it is a 1-point game yet again.
Or from the tie, anyway.
Big Red trying to get a little bit of help.
Look of determination on the face of Big Red.
Nice force out by number 86 on Small Town. That's Crazia. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong.
Big Red goes through on the inside.
Skates through for another 4, and as it stands, Lakeshore will have the lead. Currently, jam is going to end, and as we do, 17-20. Start the ping pong match. This one may go back and forth quite a bit.
These are the type of games I really love to call.
Absolutely. I think the only type of game that I like calling more than one that's constantly tight is one where somebody is way behind and claws their way back
Yes.
from near oblivion and takes the win. That underdog story that you don't get to see in Derby a lot, but it does happen. Still, I'll take a good close back and forth any day as Mira once again in control and with another 4 points extending the lead to Lakeshore before she shuts it down. (24-17) Lakeshore.
For Lakeshore, we've got Harmony Danger out there, paired up against the 4.0 of Batch. Lakeshore down. Lakeshore and Outlaws down by one, so a 3-on-3 pack out there. Batch puts the afterburners on. Pushes out the far side.
Batch finding a hole first through the pack there, becoming lead jammer with Cutter not far behind. Go-Go re-enters the track, getting the Outlaws back at full strength.
Batch pushing her way through, manages to keep her balance, calls off the jam, and adds 4 to her side, making it a wash. 21-24, but nothing gained by either side over the other.
So it looks like for Lakeshore, I keep getting confused. We have a 0-5, which is TT, and then we have a 5, which is Cutter. So my apologies
Not
for
confusing
calling,
at all.
my apologies for calling TT Cutter. I have noticed that I was saying that incorrectly, and I will fix that going forward.
Well, we also have a 0-2 and a 0-2-2 between CC and Mira.
Thank you for making me feel better.
Yep,
Appreciate it.
I blame Lakeshore for it. Their numbering system. If they want us to get it right, then they should have more clear numbers. Or we could try being professional, I guess, but what fun is that? Looks like we're in the middle of official timeout. Yeah.
It looks as though they're trying to just confirm that the right amount of points were recorded for the last jam.
For anybody looking to get into roller derby announcing, here's a pro tip. If you're about to announce a game, while a giant bowl of macaroni and cheese and pulled pork is tasty, especially if it's really good pulled pork, probably not a good idea right before announcing the game.
Did you carb load a little too much?
I might have. This is going to be an interesting second half.
Are you in the hot seat?
If I don't fall asleep, I might explode. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Either way, I'm here for you.
I appreciate it. You might not be, depending on what happens. You might never want to announce with me again. We'll see.
I don't know. I have 3 cats, 2 dogs, and a husband and a son at home. So
so you're used to it. Yeah.
quite a few smells going around.
Yeah. Then I shall make you feel at home. Well, our current scoreboard says 21-24 with Lakeshore in the lead by 3. We'll see if that changes here. And if we get any adjustments to the clock as well. We have 17:47 left in regulation. We have a lot of incredible sponsors here. I'm sure that, who do we have?
Well, to start out with, we have Modern Skate and Surf.
Okay.
We have the Red Run Skate Shop over on 13 Mile Road in Warren. Unique Metalworks Welding and Fabrication. My question is, I wonder if they know Ivan Eiler. Have you ever seen Metal Shop Masters?
Yes.
Oh, that beautiful head metal sculpture out there on the
With
bridge.
the gears coming out of it?
Yes,
If I could figure out a way to put that in my car, I would take it home. I love that. It is fantastic.
We also have Corky Crate out of Kalkaska, Michigan. The Greater Lansing Sports Authority, Derby Kiss, Slim Reaper Tattoos, Skatin' Not Hatin'. Is that a sponsor? Or is that just a ad spot? We'll find out at the half.
It's at least something that we should all live by.
That's right. You got that right. And my favorite part of this this book here is the charity raffle. Donations to It's a Breast Thing Grant Fund supports local patients by awarding $500 grants to cancer patients in 19 mid-Michigan counties. The grant funds help those in need with expenses not covered by insurance. And the Small Acts program is a program that delivers gift cards 3 times a year to local cancer patients, along with information on how to apply for a grant. The centers give the gift cards to the breast cancer patients to brighten their day. Check the digital, what is this called? Playbill? What do you call
The
this?
brochure.
Brochure.
There we go.
Yeah, so check the online. There is a PayPal link where you can donate. You can also mail. And shout out to the charity raffle donations from Miners Den, Jackie Daniels, Warri's Liquor, Jeannie Berlin, Say Killies, Cucci Family Market, Meg Flaunder, Vivio's, Judy Cooper, and Rollerbones. And Meg, I'm so sorry. I know we're twins, but I never say your last name wrong. So please message me on Facebook or Instagram and tell me how to phonetically pronounce your name.
That's right, get loud, get proud. It's 1 point separating these two teams as we get ready to drop the hammer one more time.
Whistle blows as we are back, and Small Town Outlaws, after that official timeout, now has the lead. So an additional 4 points have been added to the Outlaws, 25-24. Not a big lead. Let's see if Lakeshore can reestablish it. Maybe not.
Small town blocker number 888, Chiquita Norris, working hard to stay wide. Unfortunately, that did earn her a penalty.
Matt Splatter is the lead jammer for the Small Town Outlaws in the black. The jam is going to end there with no points on either side.
Small town down by 1. Number 20. Swamp Stomp, jamming for STO.
I say it every stream I'm on. If you are watching us right now on YouTube or wherever it is that you're watching us, be sure to share the link with all your friends and be sure to tell them to share it as well. Help spread the word of Derby.
0-2-2, Mira slips through, almost untouched, picking up 4 points for Lakeshore. As the officials assess some penalties here.
Power jam for Lakeshore. Swamp Stomp sitting in the penalty box, as is the pivot for Lakeshore. 8 points already.
Nice attempt by Tabby coming from the very back of the pack. Tabby Catastrophe number 9. But it looks like it was just out of play to stop number 0-2-2.
Mira has been a force to be reckoned with already early in this game. She has 12. Can she make it any more? 2 more, so 14 points. And Lakeshore definitively takes the lead, 25-38. We're going to have to start keeping track of lead changes. I think we have 4 already.
Yeah. Is this your Pilot Precise V7? Oh, V5 pen?
Ooh, well, no, it's not, but it can be if the price is right.
For the low price of $7.99.
That's right. Out of the pack, Lakeshore has control once again. Hermione Danger. Hermione, I guess.
Go trying for a track cut there on 007, but a big hit by number 8, Curly Who. Causes Hermione Danger to call off the jam.
Hermione may have called it off, but she still added 3 points to the board. 41-25. I don't think an official review is going to give the Outlaws the lead this time, they're going to have to take it back by force.
Oh, I just got some feedback from the live stream. Hey, Photobomber, thank you for listening, and thank you for letting me know I said Crazy's name right. I appreciate you.
Oh, nice. Oh, no, Batch. Back to the penalty box. Another power jam for Lakeshore.
32 seconds out there ready to tack on some more points to see if they can extend their lead over the small town Outlaws.
Big Red already in control and already picking up points. Slides through on the inside of turn 3 for 4.
Such a hard straight line, nearly exiting going into turn 4.
Power jam ends, but not before Big Red picks up a big 4 more.
8 so far for Lakeshore.
Content to let him go, though.
Nice offense there by 0-5 on Lakeshore. Beautiful hit.
And wonderful track awareness there by Big Red, knowing that that Batch hadn't made her initial pass. Tried to pick up another set of points and did so. 12 total. Lakeshore now leading by 28 points, 25-53 Lakeshore. Biggest lead so far.
Big hit there against Cutter. The Swampstop just was not able to recover. Mira lead jammer.
Wow, Mira almost spins out of her skates, but manages to hold on. Going into the back straight, has control of the jam. Both jammers on their scoring run as Small Town Outlaws has Swamp Stomp in pursuit. Mira shuts it down with 4. Denies Small Town of any points once again.
Lakeshore starting this next jam out at full strength. Looks like Small Town may be down 1 as Small Town calls a team timeout.
Wise time, likely, for Small Town as they need to regroup before Lakeshore gets too far ahead.
Now the winner of this game is going to take on the winner of what I believe is the next game, which is Lansing versus Traverse City. Lansing A versus Traverse City. Shout out to our track repair crew out there. It may look like they're looking down, but they're looking out for us and keeping up on that tape.
Nice. If you're wondering why I was looking confused at the scoreboard, is because I stopped being able to do math for a second, and I thought it was wrong, but it's not. 25-57 with 32-point
Yes.
difference.
Yeah, I have to count by tens.
Yeah.
35, 45, 55. Plus 2, 32.
I might sound good. I might even look good in this tuxedo, but thinking good, not so much.
Well, you're very dapper in your tuxedo.
Thank you. All voice and no brain, and I'm okay with it.
We make a good pair.
We do. I'm enjoying this quite a bit. I'm also enjoying, this is my first time in Lansing. I'm really enjoying the city so far. I haven't had a chance to explore. If there are things that I need to visit in Lansing, then put it in the chat, and I'll try to take the time to go do so.
That was a nice job there by Lakeshore, making Outlaws think that they had passed that star to number 05.
It is 4 points for Small Town, 29-57. See if this is the start of a resurgence for the team in black, or dark gray as it may be.
I got to point out number 4 on Lakeshore, Booty Vicious. I love that her ponytail is either braided into or tucked into her helmet.
I just noticed that.
It's like a reverse mohawk.
That's nice.
Nice offense getting number 989, Big Red, out again as lead jammer with number 23, Mad Splatter, not far behind.
And Splatter trying to pour on the coals to stop Big Red from picking up a full set of points. Did she do so? Yes, she did. Leaving her just half. 2 unanswered points for Lakeshore.
Just in case you can't see the score on the live stream, because I'm not sure how it's quite set up.
The camera is actually right there between the 2 tracks.
Well, hello.
That
Hello,
little-
those.
Yeah, hi. I had to ask myself. I looked over and was like, where's the camera? It's like, oh yeah, that's what they are. So if you're swapping back and forth, the cameras are situated dead middle between the 2 tracks. We'll try to get your bearings.
Absolutely astounding footwork by number 022 on Lakeshore, Mira. Wow.
In pursuit is Batch.
Mira comes in quick to the outside. She's going to put the afterburners on. Call that one.
4 more unanswered for Lakeshore.
Hey, you're a poet and didn't even know it.
I know, right? Who knew?
Kirby did. Kirby knew. Shout out to my son. He got me this Kirby, and I brought this guy with me here today as his way of coming here with me to the game. So
My favorite character to play in Super Smash Brothers.
no,
Yes.
did we just become best friends?
I think we did.
That is the only player I will play.
I will, since I know it's yours, I will no longer think of stealing that Kirby for my own. I will have to go on eBay and get my own. Back to the action. Everybody hates me for being so cheap for using Kirby, but I'm okay with it. I don't mind.
You know, they say the same about me.
Yep.
They just don't know how to use all of his features to their benefit.
Being able to whoop, whoop, keep floating back on frustrates them so much. I think it's hilarious. No points for Small Town. 4 more for Lakeshore. And what looked like it was going to be a really tight contest. Lakeshore, bit by bit, seems to be putting together a sharper game plan that Small Town is having difficulty figuring out. Over on track 2, current score is 222 to 75.
Looks like that's Ann Arbor C team versus Lansing B. In front of us here, though, we have Lakeshore fighting hard.
Yes,
As
it is.
Mad Splatter's trying to find a way through the pack as lead jammer, but unfortunately, Big Red has drawn a penalty and give Small Town a power jam.
Yeah, track cut for Big Red.
Looks like Tabby Catastrophe's out there playing right hand on red. Getting a little twister out there.
Opportunity presents itself for Mad Splatter, but whistle's blown and Splatter is going to call it off. I thought she might have been going to the penalty box, but
Smart call by Matt Splatter right there. That will freeze the opponents in the penalty box. Less than 10 seconds left on that one.
It was just confirmed. I don't know if you've seen a view of the feed, but that's how it looks.
okay.
Look at that. They can see the score right up on the top, and there's us little guys right there.
If they zoom in,
There we are.
wow,
You know, it's all about the action. We're not.
it
for
is.
For the Outlaws, wide open on the inside.
Very nice batch, making quick work of the track in the front straight. Has control and an opportunity to eat into the lead of Lakeshore. 4.0, gonna put 4 on the board.
Nice job by Tabby being the last line of defense once again. It's those long spider legs.
Jump and a spin. She's gonna shut the jam down an additional 4 for 4.0, making it 8. 37 to 67. Small Town Outlaws looking to claw their way back into the lead, or at least into contention.
Looks like that timeout was at the right time.
No, you're absolutely right. They took that timeout, and since then have been able to score a lot more. They stopped Lakeshore from having just what was starting to look like a runaway game. So whatever they did, whatever they changed, has been effective.
Ooh, nice hip whip by number 022 off a 333 from Lakeshore. Morticia to get her out as lead jammer.
One thing that Small Town is going to have to do if they want to win this is shut down number 022, Mira, because a lot of those 67 points are courtesy of Mira, including 4 more right now.
You're pitching hard around the outside. One time,
Mira
sniper too far out of play. Gotta let it go.
out skates number 8, Curly Who, picks up an additional 4.
Lots of action going on over on turn 3 there. Can't see too much of it because of our wonderful dazzle of zebras. Did you know a group of zebras is called a dazzle?
I did indeed. It is still weird to me, though.
Score as it stands, Lakeshore over Small Town Outlaws, 75 to 37. Just about 5 minutes left in this first half.
I do think they all should wear more glitter because of it.
Oh, I agree there. Glitter should be a constant in all roller derby wardrobes.
They really should. Although I don't know that either one of us are wearing any glitter today. Tomorrow might be something different.
Jamming for the first time this game is Triple H Chiquita Norris. First time Chiquita Norris played at Mitten Kitten, she was actually the tournament MVP. And she almost landed that apex jump.
She almost did.
Unfortunately, I think it landed her a track cut.
She was skating with some serious intent before that track cut. Unfortunately, it is going to allow Lakeshore to pick up 4. There's no lead jammer since that honor went to the penalty box. Lakeshore's team telling her to call it, but nope, that's not going to happen.
Do you believe we're going to go the full 2 minutes on this one?
Fortunately, the referees are spot on.
I believe lead jammer to start. That was lost.
Very nice job by Lakeshore's jammer getting those hips around.
Chiquita Norris picks up 4 of her own after coming back from the penalty box.
Honey Danger getting locked back and forth. Stuck at the pivot line. Outlaw jammer able to step their way through on the inside edge. 4 roller derby bunch for the Outlaws. So 8 jams so far.
Tabby taking Lakeshore's jabber all the way to the back as Chiquita tries to break through. Checks in with Lakeshore's blocker to make sure she's okay. And this jam comes to an end.
Tabby Catastrophe goes to the penalty box, blocker for Small Town. So an additional 2 there as both teams pick up 10 in total. 47 to 85 though. Lakeshore still has the lead by 38.
Look at you, you math, and you didn't have to use your fingers like I was.
I've been using my toes, you just can't see it. Big Red, one of 2 of the top weapons for Lakeshore, has control of the jam. as the pivot for Small Town.
A lot of
Drops a
out there. Jammers
weapon of defense. That's Curly Hoot. Both jammers are on their scoring run as 4.0 batch finds their way out. So the jam's going to stop there with an additional 4 for Lakeshore.
in the first half.
Want to give a quick shout out to my husband and my son. They just let me know they're watching the stream. We've got Kirby here, and I don't know if you heard. You might have missed it earlier, but I just made a new best friend who
That's
also
right.
uses Kirby.
In pretty much every version of Smash Brothers.
You got that right. We'll have to share handles and play remote.
Indeed.
Yes.
Here off the Lakeshore out there.
Jamming for Small Town, we have Mad Splatter, who's found a way out on the inside, becoming lead jammer.
Nice.
Out in front
It is
for
Mira
Outlaws. Lead
as the
jammer.
front line weapon for Lakeshore.
Mira put down some speed. Penalty box is clear. Good way to end the game.
Oh.
Calling it in the air.
Big collision by number 8 and Curly Who and number 7, Violet Rage. Luckily, they were teammates. I hope they're both okay.
They seem to have bounced back up pretty well.
Pack is going to be full 5 on 5. I believe we've got Big Red in the back there, paired up against Batch.
Earlier, Wildcat was helped off the track by a medical team. And Wildcat is now back on the track, although she may have been earlier, but I am noticing it here now. So, happy days that she's able to continue to skate here today.
Nice job by Batch finding that hole on the inside.
Batch and Big Red coming into the back of the pack. Call off there by Batch. We'll lock it in at 2, and we are at intermission.
An official review being taken by the Small Town Outlaws. Curious what this might be. Did you see what they might be reviewing here?
Not quite sure.
By the Outlaws.
Meanwhile, our house announce team over here breaking things. I don't know if you heard the crash. They are so excited they're getting violent over there.
I thought we were listening to Pretty Reckless, but I guess it was the house announcers.
I guess it was. We might have to call them and see if any one of them goes to the penalty box.
2 minutes for roughing? Oh, wait, wrong sport.
Yes.
That's Wednesday nights. I got to keep them separate. I'm going to ask the scorekeepers here. Do we know what they're reviewing? All right.
Hopefully we'll get a liaison from our zebra friends here in a moment to let us know. Although we do have a microphone here, I guess is for that purpose. On the other track, they don't. Although maybe that's just for some sort of MC.
Oh, very well could be. Shout out to Cookie Rumble working on that track maintenance. She makes it look easy.
Oh, the people doing track maintenance on both tracks have been spot on.
check my bracket. I left it in the car. I filled them out last night. I was trying to be, I love filling out brackets.
I do too. Ann Arbor C will face Grand Raggedy Attack tomorrow at 3:30 on track 2. Meanwhile, Killa Crew will take on Downriver on track 2 at 1:45 tomorrow.
Let's see.
Those are Division 2 standings. In Division 1, Kalamazoo beat Detroit 427-52. We do not know who they will be facing just yet. And that's the only Division 1 game we've had so far.
Yeah.
Although I think they might be playing one right now over on track 2. They're getting ready to start that one.
All right, on the line for Lakeshore, 0-0-2. That is Mira, paired up against the 4.0 of Bats. Both teams full 5-on-5, less than 5 seconds to play. We are underway. 90-50, Lakeshore over the Outlaws.
So as we start the second half, Lakeshore 90, Small Town Outlaws 50. Batch in Mira. Oh, Batch back to the penalty box with a track cut. Batch has been struggling with some penalties in this game, and that's really helped out Lakeshore, but Lakeshore hasn't really needed help as Mira has been a points machine along with her captain, Big Red.
Nice force out by number 120, Betty Beat Yo Assets. Making Miro start all the way from the back again.
What do you think about the first half? What is your synopsis of these two teams from the first half?
You know, I think if the blockers can stay calm and cohesive, they're playing 3 walls right now with one floating as an offense, and they're creating a good amount of chaos to get those jammers through. But it's just such a close game; it's really hard to say. What about you?
We saw Small Town take a pause. They were able to change their strategy, and that showed to be really effective. However, it stopped being effective, and I'm curious if they stopped using that strategy or if Lakeshore just countered it, and they haven't been able to figure out the counter.
There has been quite a bit of penalty trouble as well.
That is probably the biggest issue that Small Town is having. Certainly Lakeshore, as one of Lakeshore's goes to the penalty box. That one is booty vicious. But it's not going to stop Big Red from picking up 4 more to the score. Now this is what we're talking about. Chiquita Norris sits in the penalty box with the star in her head for Small Town. Not the position you want to give up when you're behind by now 56 points.
Very sneaky on the inside, but playing it safe just to make sure. The Big Red did not. Oh, she did earn that track cut. Looks like Go-Go Gadget number 44 did drop back, causing that track cut for Lakeshore.
Well, that's a very, very wise move by Go-Go Gadget. Unfortunately, not picked up by Big Red. Meanwhile, Chiquita Norris done serving her time. Takes a few hits there from Cutter.
Another one from Lakeshore just cannot hold Chiquita Norris down. Through on the initial pass. We're going to go to full out on this one.
Both jammers back on the track as the jam number 2 for the second half draws its natural conclusion, running the full 2 minutes.
So 4 points for Small Town Outlaws, but an additional 2 for a total of 10 for Lakeshore. 54 to 108.
Official timeout being called right now.
In the middle of an official timeout. This game was looking to be a real back and forth battle, but Lakeshore is trying to make a statement in this for future teams that they face off to watch out.
Now again, the winner of this game is going to take on the winner of the 6:15 game today. Lansing A versus Traverse City, and Mad Splatter comes out with vengeance, trying to get their points for her team.
Splatter looks to the inside of turn 1. Gets shoved down to the ground. But able to bounce back up, come through and pick up 4.
TT from Lakeshore was just waiting for that offense to help get her through the pack.
Mad Splatter has an opportunity to pick up another 4, but she's going to go ahead and shut it down there as the other jammer was able to catch up. 3 additional points, so 7-point unanswered gain for Small Town Outlaws. Not an insurmountable difference, 48 points. It's certainly a lot, but they have the time to do it if they can put together a game plan, and more importantly, if they can stop Mira and Big Red.
Wall of humanity right at the pivot line.
Speaking of Mira, she is jamming up against Batch. Batch, the first one to make it out this time without a track cut.
You know, the great thing about watching Mira skate is she's so fluid, and transitions are so quick.
Batch doing a great job on the inside of turn 3.
You got that right.
Picking up 4 unanswered points and shutting down the jam. So hopefully we're seeing a strategy and a resurgence, maybe a second wind, if you will, for Small Town that's going to put them back into this.
What is that, a 44-point differential?
It is.
I'm going to give myself a star on that one.
It's funny, we were talking about at the beginning of the game when we started to see some back and forth. You know, it's the best kind of game, and I mentioned that my favorite was when a big underdog claws back from a big difference. Could we see that here? As a hop is going to add 4 points more to Small Town. Hope Lawless.
Yeah, Hope Lawless doing a really great job for Small Town. 4 points so far.
Whistle's blown. I'm not sure. Big Red picking up 4. The pivot for Small Town is going to go to the penalty box, along with another blocker. Ugh. So a major pack advantage. Well, actually, the jam just ended on the far side, so it may be that only the pivot went to the penalty box. Looks like that's the case.
All right, so it looks like Small Town has a full box, plus we have number 7, Violet Rage, waiting to go into the penalty box.
So what I saw was correct. She was starting to go to the penalty box. I thought that was the case, but a major pack advantage already. But it doesn't matter for Batch. Batch takes control once again. Batch, who really struggled with some penalty problems in the first half, is looking to make up for that, trading the penalties for points. That's tough. Batch allowing 4 as she struggles to get through the defense. Jam is going to end there.
That one will be called dead. Outlaws able to pick up.
I think both sides picked it up. Small Town only 3, so the advantage to Lakeshore there, but a moral victory, if nothing else, for Small Town.
Small Town has 2 veteran blockers out there. Go-Go Gadget and a little bit of fury with Mad Splatter. About quarter lap behind. Good old 0-2-2.
Three points for Lakeshore.
Looks as though number 23 from Small Town, Mad Splatter, is going to get a leading with the head penalty. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I scattered cough drops on the table like this was some sort of parade.
It's not even a Mardi Gras moment. You gave them to me for free.
I know, right? If I knew that was an option, you know what? I'm not going to finish that joke.
There may be a muted portion in this
There
stream.
might be. Big shout out to Dee's husband and son watching the stream right now. And
He's an avid supporter of roller derby, and you know, we've been doing this since 2007.
really?
Yeah, we started out down in Baltimore, Maryland with Charm City Roller Derby.
Wow.
And then I transferred to Free State Roller Derby in Maryland. Then I had the 9-month injury and we moved back to Michigan.
Ah.
Both teams working really hard out there on the track to stay uniform, communicate, and lots of hard hits. I got to tell you, I don't think I would be physically capable of taking these hits anymore.
No. I would take one and then cry and go to a corner and be done for the day.
Looks like we're now going into an official review. I'm sorry, official timeout. Now, if we had music, this would be a wonderful time for the folks on the track to start dancing, but... And I wake in the morning and I step outside.
We'll do it. We'll provide. We'll just stop announcing and start singing and doing beatbox.
What's going on?
All right, we're done. Back to the action. Big Red jamming once again for Lansing. And proving to be just as effective as they've always been this entire time.
Lakeshore trying to find themselves a snack with number 86 from Small Town. Crazia.
Rather apropos, the Outlaws having some issues with penalties.
Just got some feedback from the live stream. Photobomber says, I've had a derail you hit. You never lose that. So thank you. Thank you, Photobomber. I appreciate your confidence in me still.
1, 2, 3 punch. Big check at the outside.
Anything you want to say to us? We will see.
Beautiful toe stop work by Mad Splatter, but unfortunately, number 80 from Lakeshore takes her down, but not for long.
We're seeing the same thing here as we did in the first half with Small Town being able to change things up and go on a run of really kind of picking apart Lakeshore, but then Lakeshore either shores up those holes made by Small Town, or it's just something that they a strategy that Small Town can't hold on to for an extended period of time. One thing it doesn't seem to be is a game of attrition. I'm not seeing Small Town exhausted. Lakeshore certainly isn't out skating them per se. It's not. Um,
Yeah, physically they're pretty well matched. I feel as though this is going to fall into a game of strategy. Um, and what kind of plays they can execute to really get those jammers out of the pack quick. Both teams have some really phenomenal jammers, excellent skating style. So if the blockers can really be cohesive and get those jammers out quick, I'm really enjoying the offense that I'm seeing being played on both teams.
Absolutely. And while you're right, both teams do have some very high quality jammers. Lakeshore has two in particular that have been something that Small Town doesn't have an answer for. Of course, that being 99 Big Red and 022 Mira. If they're on the track, they're going to pick up points, and they're going to do so cleanly.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx either one of them, but I don't think they've been to the box very often.
Of course, we will see that in this jam. Somehow, both of them will be in the box at the same time with stars on their heads. It's the way it works. The announcers curse.
Yeah, just like talking about a no-hitter. We're not supposed to talk about it.
That's right.
So Gray is not going to retain their official review as there was no contact. The call stands.
Right, the call that they were challenging was an impact in the back. But as just explained by D, the referees didn't find any fault in themselves.
Well, it looks like we have a jammer right next to a jammer. Will there be some contact between Batch and 007?
That is probably the most crass way I've ever stated unintentionally that an official review was denied, and that the officials found no fault in themselves. That makes it sound really conceited on the ref's part. That was unintentional. Funny, but unintentional. No, I think the refs have been doing some pretty solid officiating on both tracks tonight.
Lakeshore's 131, Small Town Outlaws 75. With just over 18 minutes left to play in the second half. Lakeshore is out first as lead jammer. Again with Mira, number 022. Hope Lawless working hard to stay in control and inbounds and get that star back on her helmet.
4 points for Lakeshore. Here's Mira. Puts more consistency to that star.
Penalty box is empty, which is nice to see both teams at full strength.
Not something we've seen a lot of this game. Although I don't know that I would call either team penalty heavy necessarily. You've just seen a steady flow of occasional ones. But one that has stopped her penalties, hopefully not to have the curse happen, is this one right here, Batch 4.0. In pursuit is Big Red. Batch is going to go ahead and call it. See if 4 points for Batch and none for Big Red. One of the rare times Big Red was denied any points. We mentioned.
Thanks to
earlier.
Devin IT for fixing us, keeping us going.
Well, we were fine.
Well, the house announcer's breaking stuff again.
Right. They've been constantly breaking things. They're doing a great job, but I'm going to continue to poke fun at them anyway.
Mad Splatter is having a good time doing some laps out there until being taken out on the outside, signaling to her jam ref to call off the jam.
Outlaws
79 to 135. Lakeshore has the lead with just under 16 minutes left in regulation.
Man, picking an MVP for this game is going to be tough. There's a lot of great athleticism out there.
I was curious what word was about to come out of your mouth, but all right, it was a good one.
Trying to hold back the lovely cough drop that you gave me. I was looking for these earlier. I couldn't believe I forgot some.
I've got a pocket full of them. Mira.
Looks like Mira might make some contact here, and she did.
Oh, managed to stay upright on her own, but takes out the small town jammer. But gonna pick up a track cut in the process. Did Mira get any points? Yes, 4. 79 to 139. .60 spread, and we're nearing
Nice job by Big Red.
almost a point of no return. If Small Town Outlaws are going to make a play at that score, they're going to need to start doing it now. Of course, they have a power jam, and Batch has shown capable of taking advantage of that. Batch battling, but gets bruised down. Coming in to the back straight.
That was a big hit by Cutter.
Really was. Jam's going to end. No points for Lakeshore, and an unknown amount of points for
as we wait for the hand signals.
We're going to get a team timeout by Lakeshore. Only 2 points for Batch on that, but it is 2 unanswered points, so 81 to 139.
Interesting tactic, bringing the whole team out on the track.
It is. Giving them the opportunity to have their team stay on the track and already be in position while having the entire team take advantage of the opposing team's timeout. So far, every time we've seen a timeout, it's really benefited the Small Town Outlaws. It'll be interesting to see what they change up here in their strategy, even though this was Lakeshore's timeout. It is the first one they've taken this half, although they have already burned their official review. Small Town still has theirs.
Unfortunately, Go-Go is going to go to the penalty box. She's going to go to the penalty box for a multiplayer block. Sorry, Go-Go.
Go, Gadget, penalty. Lakeshore with another 4.
Get back up. Yeah, Big Red with points already.
Mad Splatter taking some big hits, but popping back up very quickly. You know, follow her on Instagram. She's been putting in so much work for this tournament.
Big Red making it look easy. 8 so far, looking for 12.
Big Red leading the Outlaws. Comes in hard.
Wow.
Crash.
Big hit by Big Red.
Curious
and
if she's going to pick up a penalty on that.
Back block being called on Big Red. It is a foul.
Yes, it was indeed. Although maybe not the penalties I thought Big Red would have gotten, but a penalty all the same. Looked like it was, I couldn't quite tell. It looked like it was a low block from, I had the referee's back that was making the call. I thought it might have been a back block call. That
I think
Big Red.
Mad Splatter was looking for some help from her defense there. Just kind of pulled herself to the back of the pack to join the blockers. Curly now with the star. It's number 8, Small Town's captain. Taking a moment to get that star on. And Small Town Outlaws is going to take this opportunity to use their official review.
We'll find out what this is about. In the meantime, we encourage you to check out any of our sponsors online, including Modern Skate and Surf. Go to www.modernskate.com. In another browser, though, keep us open here.
That's right. If you don't have YouTube Premium,
That's right.
I think if you try to shrink it, it'll go away.
Although we're not advertising that you should get YouTube Premium.
Absolutely not. Though I have thought about it. I didn't notice there was more sponsors up here. The Roller Revival Chub Club.
They're all over the place.
I know. Chub Club, I hear, is a clothing for chub folks like myself.
Yes. I'm looking forward to checking out at least their website, if not their booth here.
Also, Sweet Encounter really sounds delicious. I haven't had an opportunity yet.
They're right across, pretty much directly behind the apex between turns 3 and 4.
I'm going to have to mark that on my map. Spazilla out there spreading all the joy with both teams. Shaking that booty. Get it, Spaz.
Over on track 2, our teams currently sit at a score of 60-27. And I think that is Ann Arbor B.
Yes, Ann Arbor B versus, well, let's take a look at the flow. Ann Arbor B versus Team UP.
Okay.
Ann Arbor B is at 60 and Team UP is at 27. So if you're watching this stream and was curious about what's going on over there, don't worry. We have you covered.
That's right.
We'll cover both games for you.
That's what we should just look over there while we're in a long timeout like this and call the action from here.
It's unfortunate that the audience can't hear us. I think that we could get a little wave going here over on track 1.
That'd be great.
Also, what's with the bling that AK is wearing? Is that the medal they're going for this year? Pink hat right over there. He's got a giant gold medallion.
He does. I don't know why.
When you rewatch this, AK, I'm sorry. We love ya. Wait, maybe he's listening to us. Oh, no. AK, if you're listening, may the force be with you.
He knows better.
Still loving Booty Vicious with her. I can't believe her braided ponytail is still inside her helmet. Although I can see the definite benefits for that. Having a sweaty ponytail whipped in your face is not a pleasant feeling.
As somebody who normally has much longer hair than I have right now, To have your hair either sweaty or just wet and then whip you in the face is not fun. So, yeah, I like it.
Spaz says, just keep smiling, just keep smiling, just keep smiling, smiling, smiling. This is a pretty chilly corner. Oh, here comes the officials.
It's just my cold, dead heart making things that way. All right. So that was interesting. You know, the shot that I felt like was a back block that did send, although I'm not sure whether it was a back block or a low block that was ultimately called. Again, the referee that made the call had their back to me. But regardless, it was they were looking for an egregious penalty to get that player ejected. However, the referees didn't feel like that was like they had enough evidence that anybody saw something that was that egregious. So no penalty, no ejection has been issued. But yeah, I see why they might have challenged that. I don't know from my perspective. I don't know that it was egregious either, but it was enough that I understand the challenge.
You know, one strategy that some coaches use, you know, when you're to this point during the game, is to use that official review for a timeout to lengthen that timeout.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if that was the strategy there by Small Town, nice job. It was a nice couple-minute timeout for you. We're at 4 minutes and 32 seconds.
Either way, we've spoken many times about the fact that so far each timeout seems to have really benefited Small Town Outlaws.
Exactly.
So
let's see what's going to happen next. Find out.
Next on Roller Derby, Lansing.
In a world.
Just when you thought it was safe to lace up your skates. We're back.
That's pretty fabulous. Back and Batch is out first as lead jammer.
Batch has really done well. I want to mention again, struggled a lot with penalties in the first half, but has turned that around and pretty consistently achieved the lead jammer. This time picking up another unanswered 4. So
I do not have the stats in front of me, but I would have to figure that Batch has most of the points for Small Town.
yeah, I would think so, certainly at this point. But not the only point scorer on
No, not at all.
their side.
Most consistent.
Certainly in the second half.
Yes, absolutely.
Just a big turnaround.
Jamming for the first time this game for Small Town, we have number 86, Crazya.
Yeah, but Mira has been unstoppable. Powers her way through.
In the back of the back, Mira pushing hard, just one to go. She's able to make a hit there on Swanstop. Looks back, Crazya coming in fast.
Nice awareness by Mira. And well done to 86. Crazya getting out of the pack and forcing Lakeshore to call off that jam.
Coming up on 9 minutes left in regulation in the second half. Batch, I believe, is jamming once again for Small Town.
Batch
It is indeed.
really does an amazing job on those toe stops on the inside line.
Oh, we praised a little too much or too soon as Batch picks up a track cut. Working very hard for that, but the jam will end there as Lakeshore will get to start this next one off in a power jam.
Lakeshore 155, Small Town Outlaws 86, with 8 minutes and 25 seconds left to play in the second half of this game. Looks like we have a team timeout for Lakeshore.
That will leave them with one additional. That will stop the clock at 8:17.
Got some more feedback from the feed. Looks like Photo Bomber's been keeping track for us. She's counting 37 points so far for Batch.
All right. Thank you, Voda Bomber.
Thank you, Photo Bomber. We appreciate you. You know, that's one thing I thought that was a little bit unique with this feed setup is we're not seeing, there's no comment thread.
It is,
yeah,
yes.
So there's no interaction with the folks at home or in the hotel room.
Yeah, on the other track, we didn't have access to it at all, so it's been nice to have at least some interaction here.
Out on the outside, we have Big Red for Lakeshore as lead jammer.
Now, the winner of this game will go on to face the winner of a game coming up on this track. No, I guess it will be next. So Lansing A versus Traverse City. Winner of that game will face whichever side wins this. Right now, of course, that looks like Lakeshore with a score of 159-86. Nearly 80-point difference in 7.5 minutes left in regulation. We are just right there at the point of no return, with an additional 4 to the score for Lakeshore.
Power jam for Big Red so far. And Batch still has
16 points for Big Red.
side by Lakeshore's very own one.
And I think Big Red just made it 20. That's the most points I've seen picked up in a single jam, at least of a game that I've called. You know, there's been some spreads where I think there's probably been a jam of that size or maybe more, but certainly the biggest points of any jam, most points of any jam here, 24 now for Big Red.
Yeah, it looks like both teams have incurred some penalties here, giving lots of room for those jammers. Jammers that really only need a tiny bit of room to make it through. I don't know about you, but I kind of enjoy when the teams are not at full strength. I feel like it's a whole nother game.
It really is. It also lends to some surprises when we get the teams that are at full strength.
We've got no confusion here. We have 0-5 and number 5 for Lakeshore. We got the 2 5s.
Major pack advantage for Small Town as Lakeshore has a couple of blockers in the penalty box. That is going to allow Small Town's jammer, Mad Splatter, to take control. Mira, one of the rare times Mira is not the lead jammer. Splatter able to pick up 4 points, taking advantage of that, but going to be content with allowing Mira to pick up 4 of their own.
Did you hear that, Echo?
I did.
It was beautiful.
call that one to kill, but it's an 8-point jam there for Lakeshore.
8-point jam there,
7-point
but
jam for the Outlaws.
a 7-point jam for the Outlaws. A 1-point advantage for Lakeshore, 93 to 187. And we've crossed under the 5-minute mark.
Once again, we have number 86 for Small Town Outlaws, Crazia, out there jamming up against 007, Hermone Danger. Crazia trying to find a way through. Beautiful toe stop work. Comes out on turn 3. Curly going for 007 as she's calling it off. Looks like we have an official timeout. Speaking of officials, these lovely folks to my left over here at the scorekeeper table are doing a phenomenal job.
They really are. They've been very quick.
I don't know if you've ever done scorekeeping for roller derby, but it's pretty fun.
I've done scorekeeping. We differ because I am not good at it. I've kept score myself, you know, but and I've done official scorekeeping, but not something anybody would want to entrust me to.
Now, I will say the one time that I did do it and found it very fun was during a scrimmage. So if I had made any mistakes, it wasn't the end of the world.
All right.
In a game like this, I'm so glad that the people to my left are the ones doing it.
I think my problem is I just naturally go to paying attention to certain things and
Yes.
not to the things I need to be keeping track of necessarily.
You are 100% correct.
Yep.
You're right. That it is. You're watching a whole different game when you're keeping score.
You know, early on, when I was learning to become an announcer, I made it a point to do every position I could, from referee to scorekeeping to
Yes.
penalty keeping, penalty box, everything, so I could have their perspective from the announcer booth, and to have more appreciation for what they do. And it really did. It gave me a tremendous much more. Don't know where those words don't necessarily go together like that, but
It's a magical language.
it really is.
Word salad, yum.
I do this professionally, and you wouldn't know. Many much more better appreciation of those people. There we go.
Ditto.
Yeah. All the officials, both skating and non-skating, I really have a massive amount of respect for and what they do, and really glad that I took the time to do that.
Looks like Cutter has either what's the word I'm looking for? 7 penalties.
Fouled out.
Fouled out, yeah.
Yep.
I don't think she was expelled. I think she had too many penalties.
I didn't see an ejection sign.
Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. Batch came out as lead for Small Town, but Mira not far behind, and Spazilla, number 6, is working her way back to join the pack. Unfortunately, that return to the track for Spaz was short-lived as she's going back to the penalty box for a forearm.
4 points. 4 points to Lakeshore. 4 for Outlaws.
I'm a little shocked. Normally I would realize if somebody is close to 7 penalties, but if that's what happened, If that player fouled out, which it was
Cu-
Booty Vicious, right? No, it
no,
was Cutter.
Cutter, number 5.
Right. But that one snuck up on me.
Yeah, same here.
$97 to 201. Lakeshore crossing the 200-point mark before Small Town is able to cross the century mark themselves.
Looks like we had a full start scenario there.
That gets a real start to down. There we go. Big Randy Summers to the outside of the swamp shot. Comes back into play. Meanwhile, up in front.
Nice move as Candy Crusher makes her way through to be the lead jammer.
Sorry. Sorry for that on the live feed there, that somebody just laughed really hard and it made me giggle. Got lost in their moment. Yeah, how's it going over there?
Track 2, current score is 95 to 40.
Looks like that's in favor of Ann Arbor's B or C? Ann Arbor B. Ann Arbor B is leading there.
I believe so. While I don't recommend that you turn it off of this game, because I want you to stay with us, that game still has another half to go. So when this one does finish here in, well, probably after this jam, you can transfer over to that feed. Please share these feeds with your friends and tell them to share them as well. Quick hop and a spin is Hermione Danger, able to spring right back up. Star Stash, allowing Small Town, Hope Lawless to get on her scoring run.
Nice force out by number 05 on Lakeshore TT. Hope out there jamming for Small Town. 50 seconds left on the jam clock. 0 seconds left on the period clock. Hope is going to bring this home.
That's right, 40 seconds left to play in this one right here.
35 seconds left on the jam. Just 90-some points left to go.
Beautiful offense by number 44, Go-Go Gadget, getting Hope Lawless out for another scoring pass.
Both teams look like they're really enjoying, but more importantly, the crowd is thoroughly enjoying it. And that's going to do it.
Waiting for the final score here. We have a few more points that are going to go up on the board.
However, Lakeshore is going to take the win here. Small Town Outlaws unofficial final score, 115. Lakeshore might have some more points going up as well. We haven't seen theirs yet. Currently they stand at 209. Either way, Lakeshore moving on in a solid performance here.
Yeah, the score definitely does not reflect the amount of effort that took place out there on the track.
No, but it does reflect